I'm Dave Swanson. I've been in the world of concrete my whole life. Over the course of my 23 years in the cement industry, I came in contact with a lot of chemists, a lot of civil engineers, a lot of business people. So I got a great education over that period of time. I traveled widely, and I sat on boards for the Portland Cement Association, for the American Concrete Paving Association, for the local ready-mix associations. I sat on a board with the Southeast Cement Promotion Association. And then over time, I moved from a sales role into a promotional role, to where I traveled to the West Coast and the East Coast and every place in between, talking about how concrete was changing and what are the beneficial uses of concrete, how it was gradually becoming more sustainable. Fibers are, they've been around for a long time, but the implementation, a lot of contractors struggle with fibers. They do some interesting things to surface that they're more challenging for finishers to use. But REGEN Fiber is sort of in a league of its own. It's sort of in its own class because of the fact that it's a silica-based material, and it lays down in the mix in a way that some of the other fibers float to the surface and impact the finishing operations of concrete, where REGEN Fiber really sort of settles in the matrix, and you're getting a lot of the benefits, the shrinkage mitigation that fibers naturally provide, but REGEN Fiber provides it in a way that's less visible and less noticeable to the concrete technicians that are putting it down. So in that regard, it's a very interesting material and a very beneficial material to end up with a product with a driveway or a slab of concrete. It could be a commercial floor that looks as nice when you first do it as it does 20 years down the road, because it's increased the durability and the service life of that application. Concrete is an exotic mix of chemicals and supplementary binders, supplementary cementitious materials that include fly ash and slag. And both of these materials, much like REGEN Fiber, are beneficial recycled materials that, if they didn't go into the world of concrete, they would go into a landfill and they would create environmental damage. And in fact, what we found over time is that these particular materials, like slag and fly ash and REGEN Fiber, which is recycled windmill blades, they actually benefit the concrete. So it's really a nice marriage of materials that give us this basic, most fundamental structural building material that becomes more durable and less permeable, and ultimately it makes a better product. Every job site is different. There's so much variability in the world of concrete that if you can reduce the variability in the actual material, then you're gonna have a much higher probability for success with that material. So with the introduction of the new, more sustainable cements, the Type 1Ls, what we see is a move to a even more complex material that has more variability. And so anything that we can do to reduce the variability and sort of achieve a simpler material, I think is going to ultimately be very good for the customers and for the industry. When I heard about REGEN Fiber and I came to partner with them and get out there and help them introduce this recycled beneficial material into the world of concrete, it's received a very strong reception, a lot of interest. And I noticed some things about this particular material that I found very fascinating in what it does to the mix in a lot of regards. There's so much technology and chemicals that are coming into the mix of concrete that this particular material seemed like it added an element of simplicity, which I think is very beneficial for a very complex material. What we've seen are some really unique properties in both the fresh and the hardened concrete. It's very receptive to the finishers, the people that handle the concrete. I think it holds the moisture in very well. It's not noticeable in the finishing process. So the finishers and the people that are handling the material like it. And the ready-mix guys like it. The concrete producers seem to like it because they feel like it has the potential to make their product better. I think it simplifies things.